Now, housing advocates have been fighting for good cause eviction to become law in our area.
And last night, it had its chance in City Council, and it was struck down. Amel Elhel spoke to some of those City Council members today about the vote and why they voted the way they did. She joins us now in the newsroom with more. Amel?
That's right, John. Katrina, good cause eviction law was voted down by City Council last night in a 6-3 vote. This law would essentially give tenants the right to renew their lease while protecting them against an unfair eviction. One City Council member I spoke with said passing this law would be making an already bad situation worse, while another said it's simply about protecting local tenants from being taken advantage of.
According to the citywide tenant union, Rochester currently has more than 3,000 open eviction cases impacting close to 7,000 residents. And the good cause eviction law would work to protect tenants against some of those retaliatory evictions. The legislation had its chance in City Council last night and was shot down in a 6-3 vote, something Council member Jose Payo says never had a chance.
It's like cutting off the arm and putting a Band-Aid on it. It would not have fixed the actual underlying issues.
Council member Payo was one of the 6 members who voted no last night, arguing other measures need to be put in place rather than a law he says didn't make sense.
We need to enforce the code as it is written. That would keep the slumlords at bay. We would hold them accountable to giving our citizens safe and quality housing. The other problem was the pricing. You know, if the housing prices are too high, that means the demand is high and the supply is low. Basic economics. This did not fix that issue.
Council member Mary Lupien was one of the 3 members who voted yes, saying the law is meant to protect tenants from being forced out of their homes for reasons like asking their landlord to keep housing conditions up to par.
It's really unbelievable. Sometimes it looks like people are in third world countries, and it stays that way because they're afraid, tenants are afraid to stand up for themselves because they could be evicted. And staying in a terrible living situation is better than no living situation. Unfortunately, that's the choice many of our tenants have to make right now.
Councilmember Lupien says she is going to work to continue pushing the legislation forward on the local level, while Councilmember Payo says it's time to start hiring more code enforcers so landlords can't get away with evicting tenants in an attempt to hide complaints.
Tonight on News 8 at 6, we'll hear from a local man who is facing eviction and may have had his home saved had good cause passed last night. John, back to you.
All right, Amel, thank you. The citywide tenants union released this statement in response to City Council's decision that says in part, quote, the city of Rochester had the opportunity to stop hundreds of evictions. Instead, 6 council members chose to vote to protect the status quo of slum conditions and mass evictions. The citywide tenant union will continue to fight to make housing a human right in Rochester, ensure that these policies are passed locally across the state and across the country.